Oh my god. Zhang Linghe finally confesses. He's liked Zhao Jinmai for years, and fans are shocked. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Trending Asian, the channel where the hottest Asian entertainment stories unfold. Today's headline has fans completely stunned. A confession no one saw coming, a feeling hidden for years, and two of the most talked about young stars at the center of it all. Zhang Linghe has finally spoken, and the name he revealed changed everything. Was this just admiration, or a long-kept secret of the heart? Stay with us, because this story is more shocking, more emotional, and more unexpected than anyone imagined. For years, Zhang Linghe has been known as the kind of actor who lets his performances speak louder than his personal life. Calm, composed, and famously private, he rarely gives the public even a glimpse into his emotions beyond the screen. Zhao Jinmai, on the other hand, has grown up in front of the camera, evolving from a talented child actress into one of the most respected young stars of her generation. Both have shared the same industry, the same awards nights, the same spotlight, yet no one ever imagined that a quiet, unspoken story had been unfolding between them all this time. That illusion shattered the moment Zhang Linghe finally confessed. It didn't happen during a dramatic press conference or a carefully staged interview. Instead, it came during what seemed like an ordinary conversation, a moment so natural that no one expected it to change everything. When asked about the people who had influenced him most throughout his career, Zhang Linghe paused longer than usual. His expression softened, his voice slowed, and then he spoke a name that instantly sent shockwaves through the fandom. Zhao Jinmai. Not as a colleague, not as a friend, but as someone he had quietly admired for years. The words felt unreal. Fans replayed the clip over and over, trying to convince themselves they hadn't misheard. Zhang Linghe admitted that his feelings were not recent, not sparked by a single project or a fleeting collaboration. He said he had noticed Zhao Jinmai long before rumors ever existed, long before fans began pairing their names together. He admired her dedication, her maturity beyond her age, and the way she carried herself with sincerity in an industry that often rewards pretenses. According to him, it was never about a sudden spark. It was something slow and steady, something that grew quietly in the background while both of them focused on their careers. He watched her grow, watched her challenge herself with difficult roles, watched her remain grounded despite the pressure and expectations placed on her since childhood. And somewhere along the way, admiration turned into something deeper, something he chose to keep to himself. For a long time, Zhang Linghe believed silence was the safest choice. The entertainment industry is not kind to emotions, especially when they involve two rising stars. One wrong word can become a headline. One glance can be exaggerated into scandal. So he kept his feelings locked away, choosing respect over impulse, distance over disruption. He supported her from afar, celebrated her achievements quietly, and convinced himself that some emotions are meant to be carried, not confessed. But fans began to notice things he never intended to reveal. Old interviews resurfaced, moments where his gaze lingered just a second longer whenever Zhao Jinmai's name was mentioned. Behind those scenes, footage suddenly felt different, charged with meaning no one had noticed before. Social media exploded with comparisons, timelines, and theories. What once seemed like coincidence now felt like evidence. Zhao Jinmai's name trended worldwide within minutes of the confession. Fans were shocked, emotional, and divided all at once. Some couldn't believe that someone as reserved as Zhang Linghe had harbored such deep feelings for so long. Others wondered how Zhao Jinmai herself felt, whether she had known, whether she had sensed the quiet affection hidden behind professionalism and distance. What made the confession even more powerful was the way Zhang Linghe spoke about it. There was no dramatization, no attempt to romanticize himself. He admitted that liking someone quietly for years wasn't brave, but it was honest. He said he never wanted his feelings to become a burden for her, never wanted to turn her name into a headline because of him. His respect for Zhao Jinmai, he emphasized, always came first. That respect is what touched fans the most. In an industry full of fast romances and louder scandals, his story felt almost old-fashioned. A quiet admiration. Years of restraint. A confession that came not from pressure, but from acceptance. He didn't say whether anything would happen next. He didn't hint at a relationship or ask for sympathy. He simply told the truth he had carried for years. Zhao Jinmai's response, or rather her silence, only added to the mystery. She did not immediately comment, did not rush to deny or confirm anything. Instead, she continued with her schedule as usual, calm and professional, as if nothing had changed. But fans noticed subtle shifts. A thoughtful expression during interviews. A softer tone when asked about future projects. Nothing obvious, yet nothing entirely dismissive either. This uncertainty fueled endless discussions. Some fans believe Zhao Jinmai already knew that this confession was not a surprise to her at all. Others think she was caught off guard, given time to process emotions that suddenly became public. And then there are those who simply hope that whatever happens, both of them will be happy, together or apart. What cannot be denied is the impact of Zhang Linghe's confession. It changed how fans look at past moments, how they interpret silence, how they understand restraint in a world that demands constant exposure. It reminded everyone that behind polished images and scripted interviews are real people with real emotions, sometimes hidden for years out of care and fear. And with that, we come to the end of today's story. A quiet confession, years of unspoken feelings, and a moment that changed how fans see Zhang Linghe forever. Whether this was simply honesty finally finding its voice or the beginning of something more, one thing is certain. This story has touched hearts and left everyone wondering what comes next. Thank you for watching Trending Asian. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more shocking confessions, hidden feelings, and the latest stories from the world of Asian entertainment. Until next time, stay curious and stay tuned.